So here's my promise to you. Everything that you hear come out of my mouth is going to show you how to make money. But most of all, it's not going to show you how to become a millionaire for the money. It's going to show you how to make the money so you can be the change that you want to see in the world. I got your back. Let's do this. Okay, hey you guys, you guys who are on Facebook with us and Coach Yourself to Success, we are streaming in here so that I can help you build a Black Friday offer, and then we've got some of our clients on Zoom with us, and then we'll send out to our clients, we'll send out the recording of this so that you guys can keep studying it. And you guys who are on Coach Yourself to Success, you will have it on the stream, so you can just, keep the URL for the link and hold on to it and redo it and go over it. And so I'm going to create a lot of content between now and Black Friday and around helping you think through how to keep creating Black Fridays. Because what I'm trying to do is, as we were just talking about, have you focus on the step you're in. I am trying to de-stress you as you're building out. So the reason why I say everything is leadership is because our emotions are connected to our leadership. And our emotions take us out of the game all the time. You'll have a big dream or aspiration and somebody will say something to you and then you give up, or you get pissed off or mad at somebody and then you give up. And so my point is that I'm gonna help you just stay in the step you're in and keep delivering content to help you deliver content. And so some of you guys will have to hear me 2 or 3 times before you do it. And other people like every training that I do or every piece that I do, like you can take that and create a full Black Friday offer with it. Does that make sense? So it's like, I'm not giving you pieces of the information in all the different content. I'm delivering like where you could actually go take any of the pieces of content I create around Black Friday and actually go create a Black Friday offer. So we were just asking, I think it was Gloria, you said, I like the potential of being able to have sales that I didn't have. And Galen was saying, I'm excited about this because I thought you had to have products in order to do a Black Friday sale. So I am going to talk about products as well. So you guys, business is business. Whether or not you have a physical product, like we've sold these cups, right? And so we've sold these cups as a physical product. Last year, Trisha, was it last year or the year before? I did a whole Manage Your Mind box, which had like stuff like this in it. Because when I'm having a challenging moment, if I drink out of this cup, I look at it. So I'm staring at it and I'm drinking out of it. And I'm like, focus on the step you're in, Shanda, just focus on the step you're in. And what it does is de-stress me and takes the pressure down. So if you could take the pressure down off of creating a great Friday offer, you're probably more likely to create something great. So obviously I'm a coach, I coach business, I have a leadership development program because I found that people get effing emotional and can't actually hit their goals unless they learn how to not be judgmental, to really stay in the step they're in and how to follow something through the finish line. Do you know what I'm saying? Like all that emotional stuff that we have. And so that's what I do. So if you sit there and go, okay, well, I don't technically have a product, Galen, to be able to sell like a cup or a shirt, but I create them. Now, Black Friday, you don't have to have a product. Okay, but I am going to talk about products as well, because now that everything is virtual, many of us, I mastermind about a month and a half, the top internet marketers in multiple different industries, everything from personal development to e-commerce to, coaching to life insurance to real estate to social media trainings, lots of different industries, even tech. And the number one theme was that when you add a physical product to your virtual game, it makes a huge difference. So, and you don't have to, okay? Because many years I did not. And then, it is actually kind of fun to see your stuff physically going out to people. So there's something kind of really fun about that too. It's almost like it makes the virtual world feel like real or something. So, so I'm going to go over I'm gonna use my whiteboard, and I'm gonna kind of bootstrap it, meaning I don't have any team here, so I'm gonna move my computer around stuff, and I'm gonna show you how to start designing a Black Friday offer, and how to step it out into an actual offer, and then I'll also show you how you can add products to it, and then I'll gift you guys information where I'll give you guys our wholesale connection. So when we get to that step, I'll give you our wholesale connection, because you don't want to go online and order products online if you want to add a t-shirt or a hat, or we used to do this. I actually said I want to do this again for our PACE clients. At about the 2 to 2.5 month mark, we find that our PACE clients' leadership breaks down. I mean, we actually have it in the modules where I talk about it, because we can track our PACE clients at about 2 months to 2.5, not everybody, but a good percentage, like they go sideways. And they go sideways because now they're like, oh my gosh, is this really going to come together? Like, and all their stuff comes up, and where they normally quit versus going all the way to a finish line, we're always rallying them like cattle at that point. And so we used to send a note from me in the mail that said, it's probably about time that you're starting to second guess yourself. Like, you're not all that excited anymore. And maybe you've been reaching out to experts, and maybe it hasn't come together yet. And you're really debating, should I continue with this program? And I give them like coasters, you know what I mean? Like really simple coasters like this that have messaging on them. So while they're drinking anything in the day, they're always putting their drinks on a message. And I can't tell you how many of my clients have said, that was the thing that got me through, because we're managing their mind, which is managing their leadership, so that they can have a success story. Okay. So as we build this out, I'm going to go through some examples of virtual products, physical products, how you can merge them, how to think about a product. And are you guys ready to get going? Yes? In the chat. Are you guys ready to get going? You guys are in Facebook. I want to hear from you guys. If you have an idea about what you want to do with Black Friday, like if you have an idea of products or services, you're always welcome to drop that in the comments and the chats as well. Later on today, I'll go into Facebook and I'll look at the comments. And if you guys haven't noticed, I mean, in the Coach Yourself to Success group, you're not actually investing in our coaching. So it's like, I'm not in there like your concierge, but I am in there, and I go through the group and I answer questions. You know, I've got it scheduled in, and I do my best to support you in there, but I don't have coaches in there coaching you in the Coach Yourself to Success Facebook group. Clients of ours, you guys in your PACE groups, your marketing mastery groups, your 1% groups, you know, you guys can go in and share ideas inside of your Facebook groups. And the coaches are now going into being trained, not really trained because they already know, but being, refreshed on how to best support you on these Black Friday offers. So, you know, we're going to internally inside of our community and PACE Marketing Mastery 1%, and even List Power, we're going to be really talking to you guys a lot about Black Friday. It is the #1 buying time of the year. So I don't know about you, but if you just like take off your marketing hat for a second, take off your sales hat for a second, ask yourself, how many times do you go out shopping on Black Friday? Right? My mom will literally go into a store and spend more money than she ever should spend. And she doesn't have a bunch of money, right? But she'll spend more money than ever during that time of year. In Canada, they also have Boxing Day, right? So they have like after Christmas, and same type of thing. And so she'll spend so much money on things that she needs or doesn't need, but she feels good about it because she got a great deal. And so like I have a good amount of income, and I'm telling you, when I've got to buy big purchases like big screen TVs, like we're thinking about building out like our own studio, because to go rent a studio to do big 3-day events and stuff, you know, you're looking at, you know, $10,000 a day, plus you've got staff. You know, Trisha was just telling me this, our event director was just telling me this a couple days ago. So that all adds up. Right? You're $100,000 down before you even get in the room to do it. And so we're like, well, what if we built out our own studio? Because it's not like I'm going to slow down on doing these lives and training virtual. You get what I'm saying? And so Black Friday, I'm like, oh, I can buy TVs, I can buy big screen stuff, I can buy probably tech equipment, I can buy all this stuff that's even super expensive at a discount. So write this down. Black Friday is about a discount. It's about a deal. Normally when I talk about making bonuses for your products and services, I don't like to be a discount because of the fact that I'd rather you bundle and add the value. Do you get what I'm saying? Like like I like to think add value and not discount pricing, because you don't want your company to be known for a discount like bargain store, unless you have lots of volume, right? So if you have lots of volume, meaning that you've got lots of traffic, like you've figured out your YouTube traffic game, your Facebook traffic game, your Google AdWords, your SEO. It's okay if I'm over your head right now, but you get it. Like that is a little overwhelming, but it's where many of you guys will go eventually, is to the paid traffic game. You just don't want to get there too fast, right? So when you get to that game, having low priced offers that are discounted can be super profitable. But they can also be super profitable for you for Black Friday. You just don't want to be a discount company for the entire year, because then what happens is that people are always waiting for a deal from you. You get what I'm saying? So, okay, so let's jump into this. You guys ready? Yes, yes, yes. We ready? Okay, so I'm going to flip you over here, and I'm going to shut this door so my little beautiful son doesn't come running in. Change our lighting over here. You guys, here's what I use for my lighting. So this is my lighting, and so that you guys know, it is, I don't know if this helps you, but this is Stellar Diva X LED. They also have tiny ones for your desktop. It's really tough to do anything virtual without some decent lighting. People get irritated, and part of doing stuff virtually, just so you know, is if you're in a dark room, it actually gives an experience of dodginess. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it creates this experience of like people are not sure if they can trust you. And so it's really important that you get some decent lighting. Stellar is a great company. I also have this tiny little light that's just like that from that company that goes on my desk. That's really inexpensive. They're all actually pretty inexpensive considering how much you're going to use them, and you'll use them for like ever. You know what I mean? So I recommend you go to their website and take a look at it. I wish I was an affiliate of their stuff because I just love it. Okay, so let's jump in this. So first and foremost, you want to think about what is the problem that people are facing. And it doesn't have to be around your product. It could be, what is the problem that people are facing, period. So for instance, I mean, just you guys who are on Facebook, go on the comments section. And if you engage, you're gonna definitely have a better experience. It sinks in. You guys who are my clients who are on the Zoom, then I'm just gonna ask you to go literally on the chat right now. And so think about, what is the world facing right now? What is the world facing? What are the people in the world facing right now? They're facing healthcare fear, right? They're facing fear. They're facing breakdowns, loss of jobs, safety, stress, uncertainty, especially with elections, overwhelm, COVID fear, money fears, all that, isolation. Okay, so all of those, so by the way, you're always selling an emotion. You're always selling an emotion. Okay, always. Okay, so you're not selling content. You're not selling a t-shirt. You're not selling coaching. You're not selling, you're actually selling an emotion. And so if you can really start your brainstorming with what are people facing right now, that emotion, that problem is actually where you create value. People pay for value. People pay for value. And so a lot of times you think like, I've got to create an amazing product, and you put so much pressure on the product. And some of you guys do this in your own business. You put so much pressure on your business to provide your happiness and you even blame your business for your lack of happiness. And that's a lack of responsibility. Do you see what I'm saying? But unless you own a leadership company, you're probably not going to talk like that to people because it pisses them off. You get what I'm saying? It really upsets people when you talk to them like that. You just need to be a smart marketer and understand you are always selling emotions, always. So what's the problem people are facing right now? Tells you, it puts you into empathy when you actually go into making an offer. So we're not at the offer stage yet. We're at the research stage. We're at the brainstorm stage. I'll say to someone, go brainstorm. And people don't know how to brainstorm because you put so much pressure on yourself to come up with the idea. And let me tell you, there's a million ideas. That is not the problem. The problem is not what you're selling. It is not. It's you getting connected to what people are actually experiencing in the world. It's their experiences that actually matter. How we experience life. There are people out there in the world, I'm just gonna grab another thing. There are people in the world right now who are experiencing COVID as a freaking relief. There are people in the world right now who are experiencing COVID as drama. There are people in the world who are experiencing COVID as absolutely just like life-threatening, you get what I'm saying? Like there are people who are passing away right now of cancer who are experiencing it as grace. There are people who are passing away of cancer that are experiencing it as absolutely, completely fearful. And this is why I always say our power is in our leadership. Do you get what I'm saying? Our power is always there. So when you're looking at what's the problem people are facing, you're actually tapping into the value, and the value is what they'll pay for. The product is easy to create, and I want you to have fun with the product. So we're still not at the product yet. You guys wrote down, hopefully you participated. Otherwise, honestly, like I can't teach you if you don't participate because that's really blocked out. Do you know what I mean? So what is the problem you're seeing in the world? Now you should write that down, and there's something that you see stronger than everything else. Right? So if you ask yourself, why is that problem such a problem? Right? Why is that problem such a problem? Like, why is losing a job such a problem? Now you're getting into depth. This is where real wealth is created. This is where sellout is created. It's created in this part. And people don't do enough time in the emotional part. And what they do is they skip to the end result. And I know because when I ask people about your businesses, you think your businesses are your products. And it's not. It's the transformation that you provide people with your products. And you should never sell a product, ever. Okay? It has you focused on the money. And if you focus on the money will run. You want to focus on the people, right? When you focus on the people and you focus on being empathetic and giving to the people, what happens is that you will always find the way that you will make the money. And I'll show that to you. So you should write that down. If you focus on people and you focus on what is their problem and how can it be solved, right? Maybe not how you can solve it yet, but how can it be solved? So let's do this right now. Think about what's the problem that you saw? What's the problem you see people are having? Why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? You might be saying, well, Shanda, I see people have lost their job and I don't teach business. Get out of your head. You're still trying to get somewhere. You're still trying to make money. You're still trying to create a great Black Friday offer, which makes you unsafe. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like I make offers and I don't feel bad about making offers. I'm so much in what's in it for the people that when I make an offer, they blow off the shelf. Do you see what I'm saying? And so then my next move is, how do I get you to stay in the game to be successful and not bail on yourself? Do you see what I'm saying? If I do those two things well, I have a client that stays with me for a long time. You will too. So you got to stay in the step you're in. And the step you're in is you got to get empathetic with who are the people out there that they're struggling with. Why is that a problem? So why is it a problem that somebody's losing their job? You will have a unique vision on that. You'll have a unique vision on that. Then you ask yourself, how could that be solved for them? Like, what could they do? I saw Tony Robbins made a post recently that I thought was super powerful. He said, I can't remember the exact numbers, but he said something like, leaders, leaders focus 5% on the problem and like 95%, something like that, 95% on the solution. And he's right. I never think there's a problem. Like, even if there's a complete breakdown in my company, I don't stay there. I'm like, oh, well, that's a great opportunity. Like, I literally will, like, I think we were saying on one of our challenges, my husband was sharing, when I get like, I call it mean girl syndrome, like when somebody really powerful who could be a massive leader in the world literally goes and talks quietly with 3 or 4 other people, and then they gang up, and then they want to blame hardcore for them not getting a result or something, like in the first, like, 45 days, right? And then what they do is they go in and use that leadership. We haven't had this for years, but I love it when that happens, because they're going to be the example of us talking about the pink elephant in the middle of the room. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they will always be that example. Now, like, I don't want to go too much on a tangent on this, but like, when things break down, you don't want to get stuck in if you get stuck in the problem in your marriage, in your relationship, it's done. Right? If you get stuck in the problem in your business or making money, it's done. Can you guys hear that? Like, you'll lose it. You won't be able to lead out of it. And so leaders they look at the problem and they go immediately into like, this is seconds. You guys all saw the problem right away. Welcome to the world of like complaining, because everybody sees the problems. That's called normal. Is this normal? This is excellent. So you want to go, how could it be solved? How could I solve it yet, but how could it be solved? I bet you have advice. If you don't have advice, you don't have a point. If you don't have a point, you've got nothing that you could sell. See what I'm saying? So if you find that you get to how could it be solved and you don't know how to solve it, chances are you don't care about the problem. Because anytime you care about anything, it causes you to have an opinion on it. And so I would say at that point, go back to the drawing board. Are you guys, is this helping you guys? Because far too often, people will create a product that they don't really give 2 craps about. And they're just doing it to get something out for Black Friday. If I had $2 for every time I've heard that, I'm like, congratulations, you completed what you started, because that's a level of leadership. But like, you could really just actually choose something that you actually care about. And that will make it so much more meaningful. And what happens when you make the offer is you'll be on your toes versus on your heels, hoping that it sells. Okay. So as I'm creating my Black Friday offers right now, which I'm still, by the way, in the process of doing, just like you, that's why I'm bringing this to your attention. So all of us are creating at the same time so that we get more people across the finish line. And if you're a client of mine, I'm going to encourage you to be in your Facebook groups. Leaders don't just win on their own. They help other people win. They never just win on their own. They help other people win. And so it's important for you to go back into your Facebook groups, especially our clients, and encourage people to start working on their Black Fridays and sharing what you're in exploration around offering, right? Sharing the backstory of how you came up with that, which is this, right? Because not everybody's going to watch our trainings. And so unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are disconnected, but still working their ass off to create a result. And so you want to be, they might see your post or see your video. So take people along to the top. That's very hardcore. Okay. So what's the problem they're facing? How could it be solved? And then you ask yourself, what can you do to solve it? What can you do to solve it? So I'll give you an idea. So what I see is a challenge right now is I see people. So I know that there are 21 events that are going on between now and the end of the year by huge, huge marketers, right? Like, we're one of the top female run marketing companies. There's actually only 3 of us, you know what I mean? That are at the top, and the rest are all guys, which is awesome for the guys, but watch out, move over, because we're coming up, especially with the hardcore community. And so, and it doesn't take long. Like, you can have a good year and it just is all in how much you'll like go all in. Right? That's how quickly you grow. It's how quickly you'll go all in. And so So when I look at the 21 events between now and the end of the year, I know that the entrepreneurs are going to spin. And we've been talking about that inside our company. I'm like, the problem is these people are going to spin. And the problem with spinning is that, you know, we are in a recession, and we are like, it's, you know, after elections, who knows what's going to happen there. And so much is pinned on the United States. It becomes a, you know what I mean? There's a global crisis happening, which is great if you're a coach, by the way, because your business will crush it. But saying that, all of our clients are learning how to build their own economies, which means your own databases. So as long as you influence them and love them and develop products like this, you're going to find that you will create raving fans, that you guys will go through things together. Do you get what I'm saying? So as you're figuring out the empathy on this, and as we're going through, I'm like, the problem is that people are going to be spinning. So that's still not on me, right? Like, I haven't owned it yet when I'm talking about that step. I'm not owning it. I'm just saying this is the problem. Doesn't mean I'm taking any leadership in it. Just means the problem is they're going to spin. And I feel bad for them, because it's really hard to keep your mind straight when you got a bunch of different launches going on. And you're going from launch to launch to launch. And so what do they have to do? They need to focus with one coach and put their head down, and they need to put like blinders on, right? How could I help with that? We were like, create workshops where they actually have to do the work in the workshops. We just did that with our list power training. And so we're like, how could we, like, maybe we should put like a 3-day event, and we're working on this right now. Maybe we should put a 3-day event like end of November, and train everybody for 3 days where they're actually having to work on their stuff for 3 days, and creating products and creating marketing plans. So they've got a marketing plan. So would this be powerful for you guys? Like a marketing plan where every single month, you know what it is that you should focus on. So you know when your content days should be. Like, if I could create a full production calendar for you, like this is how many content days, here's how to deliver a content day. This is when you should be pushing and selling. This is when you should be list building. This is, you know what I mean? Like, and just put together that calendar and start it in the 3-day event, right? So we create it in the 3-day event. You guys put your stuff on it. Now you take that working document, you know, we ship it to you, you create the working document in the actual workshop, and then boom, you're good, right? So that's me taking this and going all the way to here. Do you guys see what I'm saying? So that's how that process works, because when you see a problem, you don't own it yet. And you should know how to solve it, otherwise you have no business making an offer. You know, and what we do is we skip to the offer, and we forgot the human being, the problems that they're facing, and we wonder, why the F does this thing not sell? Well, because when you communicate, you're communicating this. You're communicating this. You're communicating, when you make your offer, all you're talking about is the problems they're facing, how they can solve it, and when you make an offer, this is the offer. This is my responsibility in helping you solve this. If people are listening to this, they're having that experience. Because the truth is that the world, somebody's going through this, our same world, and everybody's having a different experience. Do you guys get that? Like, everybody's having a different experience based on their leadership level. Like, when COVID hit and I lost $2 million a month, I didn't swivel up in the middle of the living room floor and go, oh. But I remember, like, and by the way, had an entire year where I made zero money, because I put all the money back in the company and transferred tons of cash from my savings to like pay for my team and pay for marketing. And they don't even know the extent of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I used my savings to have that. Do you guys get that? So it's like I'm sharing that with you because, like, I don't care if you're just starting. I don't care if you have zero money in the bank. I don't care if you're flushed up cash flow wise. I don't care. I don't care about any of that, because unless you do this, you will never sell out. You have to think about other people first. You need to know what their problems are and how to solve them. And if you don't know how to do that, you got no offer. And if you keep making offers up on a piece of paper and then going out and trying to sell them and push them on people, you're never going to sell out. Okay, so now let's talk about your Black Friday offer. Okay? So now when I go to your Black Friday offer, you need to ask yourself, okay, first and foremost, you could do low-priced offers or you could do high-priced offers. And you can add products. Now, I have had times in my life that I didn't know what to sell. I was like, I don't know what to sell. Products are easy. Products are easy. We have a wholesale guy, Jeremy at Alpha Global, that, and Trisha, you can actually pop this in the chat, that we get t-shirts from, shirts, anything you could imagine. I can't tell you one that I'm thinking about doing because I want it to be a surprise, but there's one that I'm really excited about that they're sourcing for me right now that I'm really excited about because I see a problem. I see a problem, and I want to deliver the product that solves that problem. And it's a product I already created in the world, but because, and you guys who are my clients, like we teach you how to build your own email list, right? Your own client list. Well, that's you controlling your media. When you control your media, you can sell a product that everybody buys in the world just to your media and they'll buy it. Okay, so say you're a teacher or say you're a parent coach and all of your students buy backpacks, like all the parents buy backpacks. You could go to Jeremy and you could get Jeremy to create a backpack that has like your logo on it. Or what I find works best in products is I create things that's like either sayings that I say. We had a legacy creator hat last year that sold out like that. And our whole theme and our whole event was about build a legacy. Don't build a business, build a legacy. And that's really deep in me. You know what I'm saying? So I wore that legacy hat. And I swear, I wish we would have created so many more of them, because even inside the company, we were just talking about that. I was like, maybe we'll create like a navy blue one instead of a black one, because we only ever create a limited amount of products at the same time and we don't create them again. And so that's just a hint for you guys. If you do go into products, create a limited amount of products, like 100, and you'll sell them. You know what I mean? You'll sell them. You'll sell them if you don't sell them for Black Friday, you'll sell them like throughout the year. Or you can add them to products when people actually, come onto your programs, products, or services. It can be part of an onboarding gift for a certain amount of them until you run out. You'll be able to use them, my point. But like sayings and messages, but if you're like if you help kids or families, backpacks, right? Or stockings at Christmas, right? Or like there's so like cups, like my cup. Right? I wish I would have worn one of my shirts today to show you. Our cups. We have tons of cups. We have big cups because I like big cups. We have like small ones. We have "You've got this" on them. We have wall size Post-it that say "You've got this" at the top that we sent all of our clients for their last masterminds. At the last masterminds, I know you guys who are new are like, oh, I didn't get them. And you won't, because they were really expensive, but they were awesome. I'm trying to figure out how to do those ones differently, but you can have a lot of fun with products and you can add them to anything. Or if you don't know what you would offer, then you could just do a cup or do a t-shirt. T-shirts are not expensive. Or do a hat, and put a message on it. Don't just put your logo on the top of it. We have one with just my logo on the top of it, but like, I don't think that was our best one, even though I wear that hat all the time. I like the ones that say something, right? Say something that's inspiring for your audience. Low priced offers. Everything is discount on Black Friday, in my opinion. So when you go a low priced offer, you want to think about, remember, if we go back and you guys start thinking, I want you to start thinking. So what's the problem? So what's the problem they're facing in the world? Why is that important? How can you solve it? You guys who are with me on the Zoom, go in the chat. How could you solve it? Right? How could you solve it? What are some of the things that you could solve? Go in the chat. So some of the things, like when I'm, why don't I hot seat someone? Who wants to be hot seated? Tracy, you want to be hot seated? Okay, let's do Tracy. Tracy Hoffman.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Okay,
Hi.
Tracy, tell me a little bit about your business and what you offer.
So I have a background from the Swedish Patent and Registration Office. So I've been seeing the need for entrepreneurs to know more about trademarks and copyright.
Yes, we're actually in the process of trademarking a bunch of new stuff. So that's great. So you see the problem is that so tell me that again.
Yeah, so the problem I've been seeing in a lot of entrepreneur groups is that people choose names for the businesses that can't be protected as trademarks. I also see people using Canva to make their logos, so they all look the same, so you can't protect them. I also see, that's kind of, and also
So now,
I see
how would they solve it before we get into you? How would they solve it? So let me so you guys hear that, right? So she sees entrepreneur groups and entrepreneurs, they're choosing names for their business that cannot be trademarked, which means if they blow up, which is their plan, is to succeed, they can't even protect themselves. And trust me, I mean, we are constantly going after people that use Heartcore, right? Heartcore is trademarked. And so they go after Heartcore. Like I see people pop up all the time, Heartcore, and even other training companies saying Heartcore. And it's like, you can't use Heartcore. It's trademarked, right? And so
then they will lose their business. Yeah.
That's right. And then logos, right? They go to low priced companies to create logos and they all look the same. And so you can't trademark that either, which I didn't know, Tracy. So thank you for educating me. So how would they solve something like that?
Well, they need more knowledge. So that's where I come in. That's why I have trainings to teach them.
Okay, so get out of that for a second. She's already in content.
Okay, sorry.
This I see this all the time. That's why I wanted to hot seat.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
So how, like if you were just giving your advice, how would you solve it?
Yeah, so what I would solve it is that I need to do research first. I need to know what kind of names I can protect. I need to know that the logo doesn't exist already. Yeah, that's about it. So when I do my own trademarks, I have a few. I've been like, first I come up with a name that's not descriptive, because that's also a very common problem.
Okay, so let me help tempo this for you. When I say tempo, you want to, so whenever we're in, we want to, this is an emotional state.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, guys, like this is an emotional state. So Tony Robbins says to jump up and go, right? Like you want to be in the emotional state. So imagine being an entrepreneur. Like this doesn't work if we don't get emotional, because this is all emotion. And that's all you're ever selling is somebody's leadership level. Yeah. Okay. And so this is all emotion. So it's like, imagine being an entrepreneur that you literally go out there and you create businesses or create a business and it hits, right? You work for 8 years of your life and then all of a sudden you have this 8-figure company and it's doing so well. And then you find out that all these other people are now copying you everywhere and you can't protect yourself. Right? You can't protect yourself because you chose a name that couldn't be trademarked. And now you're trying to backlog and figure that out. It's a mess. And so how they could solve that is doing, and I'm just taking what you said, is doing some very simple research that puts them in a position that they can protect themselves and they can feel comfortable and safe about going all in on their business. Do you guys hear the difference in that? So now go, well, what can I do about that? Well, you could, now this is where it gets fun, right? You guys, I'm gonna move you over here. You could create a low priced offer that could be, it could be as simple as, moving some stuff over. It could be as simple as, she could teach a workshop for Black Friday and she could charge, $67 for a workshop. It could be, and if you build a list with us, chances are you could end up selling 100 of those. Do you get what I'm saying? And then, or even 200. I've had clients offer like, I've had, astrologers offer like $99 readings for 20 minutes and have 400 and something people like buy from them on their Black Friday offer. Like we had to shut down her Black Friday offer because she was delivering all of those. You know what I'm saying? So, This could also be a training video from you, or it could be a PDF. You could go to your iPhone, you guys, and you can go to a company called rev.com, R-E-V, rev.com, and she could speak all of her advice walking around her house, cleaning her house, because I'm sure it's that easy for Tracy. And then she has all the recordings. She could hit transcribe. It could be transcribed. She could go to hiremymom.com, have somebody, while she's still living her life, for, you know, $100, go through all of that, maybe even less than $100, and just edit it and put it into paragraphs, add some pictures to it. And she has a PDF that she could turn around and sell for $27. A PDF manual, right? And so what would be the value of that, you guys? Well, the value is pretty priceless, right? The value is pretty priceless, but I'd probably say the value could literally be definitely $700, or, you know what I mean? Or actually probably more than that, because to hire an attorney to do your trademark and all of that, it's like $1,000, right? And so Tracy, for a lot of attorneys, you can get it done cheaper, but a lot of attorneys, it's $1,000 or $1,100 or something like that. Yeah. And so she could literally make that the value. And so I'm saving you that money by doing this, grab my Black Friday offer. Okay. Now what she has is she has a sales lead offer. These are people who are interested in what it is that she offers. Whether or not she wants to call them and say hi, or whether or not she wants to send them like a webinar training or something afterwards and offer them her services to go deeper, because I'm sure you do other stuff as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to put together different, like for businesses and also for musicians, like with copyright and everything. So
yes, so you're moving in that direction, and now you guys can see why. And I always say, I always receive, and the reason why I receive is because I always see what's in it for me afterwards, and you will too. Yeah. If you focus on everybody else first, the way that you see that you can step in and be the leader and help in this problem will always lead to you receiving. You never have to, like when people say to me, I overgive, it is impossible to overgive. The only person who's pissed off about overgiving is the martyr who's doing it to get something, or the person who didn't do what it took to actually continue to give. Do you get what I'm saying? Because every time you guys make an offer, you make a risk, you take time away from your life, and yes, you get paid, but let me tell you, your life is not worth money. Do you get what I'm saying? Like your life is more valuable than money. So every time you go out there to give, like whether you get paid or don't get paid, it is a risk. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you can keep focusing on the give, you'll crush it. You'll absolutely crush it. So notice how Tracy wanted to go right to the product. She wanted to go right to her products. I do trainings, courses, and that. Don't do that. Stay in the emotion, get fired up about the emotion, and then come back and create the actual product, which is easy. Because once you do this, you will go, how can I help? Yeah. I can create a workshop. I can do this, I can do that. You can also do this high ticket. You could say how I could help is for the month of November for 14 days. I'll take my $15,000 offer and drop it down to 10K and make it a monthly payment plan, which is a lot. That's a big discount. So like Black Friday, people are like, that's great. I just saved $5,000 on my offers. So it doesn't have to be low price, but it does need to be discounted on Black Friday, because that's how we're all wired. Does that help, Tracy?
Yes, thank you. It helps a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so what are you going to do with this?
Yes, I need to put something together for it. It sounds quite easy. I don't know, like I need to figure out the steps. but
okay,
yeah.
So what are you confused on the steps?
Yes, it's always the way, like the strategy for how doing stuff, like the flow and the like practical stuff.
I already gave you the answer. Go to rev.com, record it, offer it for twice. So I'm going to say this to all of you guys, okay? I constantly am telling you how to do it. You guys all just think it's more complicated than it is.
Yeah.
You really do. Money is easy to make. It's all about this. Like, even as we're creating our Black Friday offer right now, it's like, I'm thinking about you guys, and I'm like, I know what's happening in the marketplace. And you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I, what would solve that? What's my responsibility in that? What's the piece that I could help solve that? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to solve everybody's problem, but you are responsible if you can help somebody to get off your ass and help them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm going into this. Yeah.
Yeah. And so Tracy, I mean, everybody, right? So,
yeah.
So it's like, we live in this world where we talk so much about the problems, but we don't actually like talk about the solutions. And so the minute we notice a problem, we should all constantly practice, well, what's the solution? And then what can I do about that? Because if you see the problem and it's got enough value to you that you're complaining about it, then guess what? You have a part in the solution. And otherwise you'd never notice it, and you wouldn't be complaining about it, and it wouldn't be coming off your lips, right? Yeah. And so you want to be a part of the solution. And that's the world that Martin Luther King was trying to get us to live in. That's the world that, you know, Margaret Thatcher was trying to get us to live in. That's literally like the great leaders of the world were trying to say that your voice matters, your ideas matter. You know, it's time for you to stand up and be a part of the solution versus be part of the problem. And part of the problem is people are out there trying to make money.
Yeah.
And what we need to do is we need to focus on trying to help people. And you will make more money than you could ever handle. And then you can give lots of it away. Cool? So Tracy, you can go rev.com, create that $27 PDF. John, you can bundle this whole thing together. You can do the guidebook and do the workshop, a one-day workshop with them, and do it for 99 bucks. I mean, I can't stop creating offers as long as I know what the problem is and what you think the solution is. I can create a product with any of your guys' stuff. Let's do one more. Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you a buy when, girl. So by Monday, I would like you to have made steps towards your Black Friday. Okay. So I'm going to do another hot seat, and here's what I want to share with you. You got to pick a date now. Are you going to sell on Black Friday? Do you want to do a 3-day sale? Do you want to do a week-long sale? By the way, you could do 3 sales. You could do a pre-Black Friday sale. You could do a 3-day Black Friday week sale. You could do a post-Black Friday sale. I mean, shoot, I see department stores doing Black Friday sales, you know, a month after Black Friday. And so you might go, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'd offer. Just do this process. You are not limited to the amount of things that you can give and offer. You're really not. And when you sell, make sure that you're only selling this. Every email, every video, anything you do. So if you're a client of ours, you have an email list, you can cut audio messages on your phone and put them in emails. You guys see them all the time from me, Pocket Coaching, right? We send it through text message, we send it through emails. That's super easy. All you have to do is write down what the problem is, how it can be solved, and then say, and here's what I've done. I've created a Black Friday offer for you. Go check your email. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to set up sales pages. Yay! You don't have to set up sales pages. You can go directly to a PayPal link. You can go directly to, you know, any sort of processing, you know, company. I think we use Direct Pay, I think. I'm not in that part of my business anymore, but we do have PayPal as well. And so, you know, don't make it difficult though, where you tell them to go Venmo you. I love Venmo. It is a pain in the butt to find people on Venmo. And then lots of people like my mom don't have Venmo because not everybody is up to the Venmo game. You get what I'm saying? And so don't assume because you and your group of friends have something that everybody has the app, because you'll have to download the app, here's the link, and then use this link to find me. Like, too many steps. Okay, so don't do that. I just caught one of our PACE clients doing that, and I was like, no! I couldn't believe she was getting sales, but I was like, no! You know, you're making it too hard, okay? If you don't have a processing, you solve the problem. Hit reply to this email. and get on the phone with them and get Square or something and process their credit card manually. Like, use your leadership to find a way. Don't sit in the problem. Okay, so what's the problem? I don't have a payment. I don't have a payment process. Well, how would you solve it? Well, I mean, there's Square, there's PayPal, there's this, there's that. I can go to Hardcore Works and get a virtual assistant to set me up a PayPal link. You know what I mean? Like, there is a way. You know, I can call PayPal and ask them how to do it. Like, there is a way. Okay, so don't stop yourself. You got lots of time to create this Black Friday offer. Let's go. I challenge some of you guys to create 3: pre, Black Friday, and post. Just do it. Okay, like, just do it. Give yourself a chance to test offers and see what your audience or people are interested in. If you don't have a list yet, do a one-day summit. Get a one-day summit done. You know what I mean? And just rock it out. Okay? Awesome. Who else wants to be hot seat? Hot seated. Hot seated. No one? You guys, none of you guys do? Kristen, let's go, girl. Kristen.
Hi.
Hi. Trisha's going to find you. Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Is this helpful?
Yes, very helpful.
Okay, so tell me why.
Well, I am working on doing a Black Friday summit style. I work a lot with kids, and I am very finding the best developmental toys and products that aren't going to be gifts.
Say it again. I was moving papers.
No, you're good. So I want to create something to allow parents to find the best developmental products that will nurture their children's growth and development. Because for the holidays, everybody says, oh, we have more toys than we know what to do with. And they're probably right, because a lot of toys kids lose interest with before the battery dies. There are a ton of developmental toys out there. I'm a physical therapist. I'm very into finding all of those developmental products. So what I'm doing is I'm hosting a week-long summit through the week of Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday, where I am getting some of the best developmental toy companies, mindfulness companies, resilience, all of those skills that we want for our kids, and we don't know where to find them. And I'm bringing it all together in one place. And I'm doing this twofold, where people can buy lifetime access to continue to have this to give to grandparents, aunts, and uncles. And I'm becoming an affiliate of the products so that I can then have a win-win.
That's awesome. So what was the problem you saw? Is that
people don't know what to get for their kids. They feel like they have more than what they need.
I just said that to my son this morning, by the way. I literally just said that to my 5-year-old this morning. Like, talk about like her knowing her audience. I literally said to my son this morning, he said, how many sleeps till Christmas? And I said, and I was like, we got to go through Halloween. We're doing all that. And I said, buddy, I don't even know what Santa's going to get you for Christmas, because like, even though my son does not have an overabundance of toys, because we just have never done that with him. I personally don't believe in that. But saying that, like, he has everything he needs. And then he probably has so much entertainment with people working with him. You know, there's always someone working with him every day. So he does so much with his hands. I'm like, I don't even know what to get you. And my solution, my how to solve is like, maybe we need to sit down and create a Santa list to send it
Come to my summit.
But I know, no, exactly, right? And so you're like, how can we solve this? Give them how do you say it?
Developmental open-ended toys
that they don't get tired of before the batteries run out.
Yes.
That's important, because that's something that we all experience, right?
Yes.
And you waste your money and it ends up being something that sits on the floor, right? Yes. And so you get them toys that they actually are engaged with and will play with long term, and also help their development. How can I solve that? She's doing the summit giveaway.
Yes.
Okay. Are you selling toys on each of the days on the give?
Yes, I'm going to have it available for the whole week, where people can click in the toys category, the mindfulness and resilience category.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a tweak on this. I recommend totally different.
Okay,
I recommend you make it available for 48 hours or 24 hours each interview. You close them down. Because what you're doing is you're teaching your audience to not be urgent, and we already have a world of people who are not urgent. Okay? You can reopen it back up and take your favorite ones and reopen it back up and do like an opportunity for people to go back in and reopen it back up, like at Christmas or a week later or 5 days. You can totally do something like that, right? But you don't want to train your list to be not urgent. And there's something that flies around my community, and it also flies around my coaching department. And I don't know why people get all panicked about their summits and they want their replays to be like 2 weeks long. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I don't even care if you give a replay. Do you know what I mean? Like, and if you do, it better not be longer than a week. But like, I don't care if you do a replay, because it's not about, oh, somebody missed their interview. Who cares? It's no different than if you do a live event and somebody is up in their bedroom doing a conference call and they miss a portion of a live event. They missed it. Do you know what I mean? Like, hold people high. You get what I'm saying? So
Yes.
You want to get into moving people into making decisions that change their life, which is, in this case, buying the toys so that their kids, first of all, don't get bored with their toys, but they also develop better.
Yes.
And you save the parent money.
Exactly.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Thank
That's
you. Can I
awesome.
ask you one question on this? You mentioned to have it open for 24 to 48 hours. I was thinking, you know, the holiday obviously falls in that, because I was going to have it from the Monday before Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday. So would that be unfair to certain companies that were opened on the holiday? Is that something I don't need to worry about? Obviously, Black Friday and Cyber Monday, like those days open everything probably, because those are like the big purchase days.
You
And
can,
other
or you
than
can
that,
send an email with all of them on it and say
Mhm.
this discount page or this giveaway page is available for the next 24 hours to grab your, and then send a text letting them know that that email is in there, because communication is everything,
yes.
right? So send a text, let them know the email's there, and have it, you know, have a well, like emotional, like be in their emotions, right? Because we buy on our emotions. By the way, that doesn't mean you're playing on somebody's emotion. When we're in an emotion, like I was on, what do I buy my son for Christmas? That's an emotion. You're coming in and you're helping them get out of that emotion to the place that they want. So
Yes.
everybody's clear, okay? So, well, let me back this up. So on your Black Friday, you're doing basically a week-long Black Friday is what you're
Yeah,
doing.
it'll be a
right?
8-day summit.
Right. So it's powerful to train them right on the front end that you're going to have discount products that your children will not get bored of. Tell them, like, just tell them, you know what I'm saying? And if you want crazy like engagement, ask them for their advice.
Oh, okay.
Literally say, we're about to start in 3 days. I'd love your advice on the products. You know what I mean? I love your advice on the daily products. They're discount products. They're, well, not discount products. They're products that are high quality that your children will not get bored of before the batteries run out. And they will definitely save you money and also help your child learn and become a thriving adult, right?
Yes.
And I would love your advice on which ones you loved. So we're starting in 3 days. You know, we're starting in 3 days, mark the date. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so just see how I'm focused on this?
Yes.
I'm not focused on this. I'm focused on this. And then they come, and then you can send them a survey. You could even send them a survey at the end of every day. What do you think about today's product? Here's the replay. What do you think about today's product? The replay is only available for 24 hours. So it gives you, so you got 2 emails going out a day. Do you get what I'm saying? So that can also be considered a sales email.
So 2 emails a day, 1 for each product, and then each day do 2 different products, have it available for 24 hours.
And have the page closed down. So if they go to the link, it says page is closed.
Would I want everything open on Black Friday and everything open on Cyber Monday, probably?
Absolutely. You could do
Like,
that.
these
and
are the special days that we open up everything?
You could totally do that. You get to do all of that. You just want to train them to be urgent.
Okay. Is it unfair to the companies that come out on Thanksgiving, or is that not something to worry about? Not something to worry about. Okay.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. And you're going to see products that sell better than others. And now you can go out and it can be called Kristen's favorites.
I'm doing it with the Purposeful Parent. Some are going to get the Purposeful Parent Award. And that's going to be on my Facebook Live each night, where I'm going to say, you know, did you see this one? This is the Purposeful Parent Award product of the day.
You're rocking it, girl.
Thank you.
You're rocking it. How long have you been in PACE again?
Since April.
So good. You're rocking it. Share with everybody what you've created so far.
Well, I've gotten a number of toy companies, mindfulness companies that have already agreed
what
to
you
do.
created inside of
Oh,
Pace
in
Private
Pace so far. In my
Especially for new
first,
people who are just joining, Kristen, they're
Yeah.
like, did I make the right decision?
in my first summit, I had 23 experts that I featured, and almost all of them had at least 5,000 on their list. And I built an email list of 4,500 people, and I made over $6,000 in sales to lifetime access, had amazing engagement and feedback from people. And now I have an audience that's hungry for more, and I want to serve them for the holidays in this manner, and also build up myself as a toy expert where I can continue having affiliate links throughout the year, because people always are looking for toys for birthdays, holidays, whatever.
So good. It's so good. So I can't wait till we get to content strategy with you to help keep that list with a good content strategy moving forward. So,
Yes.
so good. I'm super, I mean, you've almost paid for the entire investment of Pace, like in your first summit by just selling the replays, which is awesome.
And this next one's going to be even bigger, I think. Toys are really going to get people going. So I think it's going to be a lot of
and
fun.
they're super valuable. So Kelly on my team, I actually would like to get a copy of her summit because personally I need help on buying my son toys. So, and I think it'd be also awesome to have you. And this is what happens inside of our community. I think it'd be powerful to have you come on, probably not on our Black Friday moment, but possibly. I have to look at our calendar. I'm not in control of my calendar anymore, our content calendar, but I'll check with Gome and Lori and talk about either during Black Friday or maybe we open up your Black Friday opportunity in the Christmas months, because we're doing some huge generous gifts in the month of December, just with low price offers for people.
That would be awesome.
So that would be great to highlight.
Even during the promo period, a coffee with Shanda. If you want to talk about this, I would love to.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds great. We'll probably be more like December that we could bring something like that into our audience. But this, like, I love what you're doing. I love that you're a stand. I love that you're taking the coaching. I love that you're not making up excuses on why it does or doesn't work, and you're just actually doing it. And you're amongst the thousands of people who are having great success stories. And I'm proud of you, girl. Like, keep going. Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's wrap this Black Friday up, okay, guys? So you want to now look at, you can bundle anything. Like you can say, like, when you figure out the problem and how you'd solve it, this offer could be you doing a talk. It could be somebody else doing a talk. It could be a workshop. It could be a PDF, like anything that's valuable. Like you guys who are great at like morning routines, right? Like you could do a $7 offer for a morning routine, and maybe you only make like $900, but you make $900. You know what I mean? And that $900 maybe it could be your Christmas money, or it could be your coaching money, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you can create anything, and if you process it this way, you're going to find that you're going to come up with how you can solve it, because you wouldn't even see this if you didn't have any leadership in it. You get what I'm saying? So the thing that people are complaining about, or the thing that you see as the problem, how could it be solved? And then how can you solve it? Don't jump to how you can solve it, because you'll short circuit your ability to sell it if you do that. Okay? Selling is just, and if you wanted to journal this out, say it out loud, then put it on a piece of paper and journal out what's the problem, how could it be solved, without taking any responsibility on how you would solve it, and then how you solve it. If you take all that journaling right here, that's your sales conversation, because it's not about you. And when it's not about you and you're solving problems for people, then when you make your offer, which is very simple, I created a Black Friday offer for you, and I think it would make a difference for you. Here's what it is. That's all an offer is. Okay. And then how can they buy? So make sure you don't forget the buy link. How can they buy? So PayPal link, even like email me and I'll take your credit card on my anything, like bootstrap it, be messy, let it just go, and just have an experience. And then make sure, if you're in our community, to go back into the Facebook group and encourage other people to work on it. Now, you do have a lot of time to do this right now. And so don't let the time like stretch out you getting this done, because as you're playing with it, you're going to get new ideas. And some of those new ideas are going to inspire you to maybe reach out to people. If you're in our community, you guys could bundle each other's products. If you got a list over here and a list over here for an entrepreneur, you guys could be running your own offers and lead genning for the other person as well, with adding bonuses or things like that that would be complementary to your offer. When you see how could it be solved, there's probably other people in our community that have products and services that you could put in that would just make that offer even juicier. Price points, $97, $47, $27 are great low priced offers, like anything under 99 bucks. As you start going into higher price offers, I would say, unless you're really good at sales, you know what I mean? I would probably stay in the lower priced offer. The reason why is you're going to get a lot of sales lead offers, which means that people have taken out their credit cards. If now, later, 6 months from now, you want to go back in and have a sales conversation with any of those people, you could. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to grab it all right now. Does that make sense? So now you want to ask yourself, do I want to, what decisions, right? Do I want to run a 1-day sale, 3-day sale? You're entrepreneurs, just make it up. You know what I mean? Like, don't try and get this right. Don't try and get this perfect. That's all the stuff that kills your offers and kills your business. Just guess. You know what I mean? Like, people are like, what should I do? Like, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to guess. You know, I'm just going to guess. Do a 3-day because it doesn't matter. Just do it. The fact that you do it is what's great. Your level of leadership on how much you want to give, like, you know, Kristen's doing 8 days. You know, that's a great give. That's 8 days. She's committed to transforming people's lives with buying, you know, developmental toys. I can't even say that word. Blah, blah, blah. So you get what I'm saying? So I just really want you to just get out there and do it. That's a win for me as your coach, is to get you to get out there and do it. Now, if you want products, Jeremy at Alpha Global is, if it's easy to go get shirts and hats and things like that to add it in. He's super loving. It doesn't matter if you've never done it before. He will help you walk through it. He will help you walk through it. But if you're going to do Black Friday or even thinking about adding any products, I would get on a phone call with him today, tomorrow, even if you're unclear, and he could be a great brainstorm for you, right? He could be a great brainstorm for you. So Trish, could you pop in Jeremy's email? That's our contact. That's who we go through, and we get wholesale products. So we're not paying retail for them, so that we're not out a ton of money. Make sense? So that's the secret to that. So you can make some good income on Black Friday by adding it in. When people get a tangible product in their hands, it creates a deeper bond. So we're bringing it back into, we do it for all of our big live events, and we do it for our leadership program, but we're also looking to bring it back into our PACE program. We do it for their masterminds, but we're looking to bring it back into our PACE programs because of the fact that it just makes such a big difference when people get something in the mail. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Wendy's asking, who handles the mailing to those who buy the product? So Wendy, it depends on the size. So we'll use a company called Disc if we're doing a lot of volume. But like when I was smaller, I signed all my own little books. You know, like we just sent out, I don't know, it was like 145 products, and my team was like, let's have a fulfillment house do it. I was like, no, just bring it to my house. Like, I can seal the envelope. 145, I can have a tea and do it. Like, it's not that much work. You get what I'm saying? So unless it's like thousands and thousands of people, which most of you are not going to do, you could just handle the fulfillment. Okay. So, but you can talk to Jeremy about that too. So I know they popped in Jeremy's contact information. Can you make sure that's in the Facebook group as well? So that people have that as well. Okay. Awesome, you guys. I will keep creating products for you, I'll keep creating Black Friday content for you, and I'll come teach it from different angles to help jog people through their clarity to create a result. But please, for gosh sakes, go do something with this training. All right. Love you. See you later. Woo!